Welcome all sports fans, YouTubers, Facebookers, all social media across the nation. Uneducated Network on YouTube presents Uneducated Sports Talk. I'm your host, Clayton. And before we get into it, please like and subscribe to Uneducated Sports Talk and Uneducated Network, both on YouTube. So please like and subscribe, comment, share all Uneducated Network and Uneducated Sports Talk. Let's get into it. Hey, Steph Curry for MVP. Talk about that in just a moment. But Golden State Warriors go up 2-0 or 2-love or 2-0 against the Cleveland Cavaliers to take a commanding 2-0 lead. I just said that. And they win 122-103 in dominating fourth quarter fashion. LeBron James does what LeBron James does. 29 points, 13 assists, 9 rebounds, 1 rebound short from another triple-double in his playoff career. He's just been outstanding. But before we get into that, he did have a little bit of help this game as well as last game. Kevin Love, 22 points and 10 rebounds. Flip side that to the Golden State Warriors side, everybody was clicking. Steph Curry, 33 points, also with 8 assists and 7 rebounds. And then we have Kevin Durant, 26 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists. Klay Thompson does what Klay Thompson does. Had 20 points. He just does what he does. He scores points. Whenever you need him, he gets a big basket. So it was a very good game. Do not let the score fool you. 122-103 is a 19-point win. But it wasn't that dramatic. It happened towards the end, maybe the last 7 minutes of the game where it kind of got out of hand. But before that, we had a back and forth affair. When I mean back and forth, Golden State Warriors were always up. But depending on what the score was, were they up by 10 or by 7 or by 5? And it kept dwindling down to 5, then going back to 7, back to 8, then going back to 5, then 8, then all of a sudden at the end you had 10, 13, 16, 19. And that is what the Golden State Warriors do. They apply pressure at every single moment. From the tip-off, it was known to man, they were not going to let LeBron James beat them by scoring. 51 points, what an outstanding game he had. He didn't do his thing at the end. That's just my opinion of game one. But he came out with okay, you're going to double team me? I'm LeBron James. I always make the extra pass, the right pass. And it worked out in the first few quarters. Even the third quarter for sure, where they won, the only quarter they won, 34-31 in that third quarter, where LeBron James, 7 points, 4 rebounds, but he was making an extra pass. He made the hockey assist, Tristan Thompson was making great passes. All those guys were clicking in the third quarter, but that is pretty much it. Because the fourth quarter, we know what happened with that. The first and second quarter, it was on. Kevin Durant was efficient. I believe he only missed 2 or 3 shots the whole entire game. So Kevin Durant was on. We heard all the criticism of him being scared to go up against LeBron. Look, Kevin Durant he can have a bad game. I mean, he probably had the worst 26-point performance. And matter of fact, the box score he had was eerily similar to game one. The only problem was the efficiency. He took, I believe, 8 less shots to get to what he had to get. So Kevin Durant showed up. And the beauty of the Golden State Warriors is, they had this superstar team, this mega team. Kevin Durant doesn't have to shoot as much. I believe he only shot 12 times, in the entire game. Maybe 13 times. I'm not sure. But he only gave you 26 points. Clay only gave you 20 points. But they win by 19 because of that extra person they have. That person being Steph Curry. He is just ridiculous. I put it on my Facebook. Steph Curry is ridiculous. The shots he makes, if you look at his box score, 11 for 26 is not a great box score at all. But then you look at his three-point attempts, 9 for 17. He shot an NBA Finals record, 17 three-point attempts. He made an NBA Finals record, 9 three-point attempts. He is just that good. His 9 for 17 three-point shots might as well be contested layups, That's like LeBron going to the rack for contested layups. Maybe LeBron's a little better at contested layups than that. But, you get what I'm saying. A regular person going for a layup, 9 for 17, you think that's a great stat line for someone who doesn't shoot 3. But for someone who shoots 3s, 9 for 17, that is amazing. That's unheard of. And Steph Curry came out to play, especially in that fourth quarter where he had not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 three-pointers in that fourth quarter, which blew the game on ice. Because going into it, LeBron hits the 3. I believe it's 90-80 going into the fourth quarter. LeBron hits the three, making 90-83, and then Steph Curry, literally seconds later, busts another three to go up by 10 again. And then that right there just showed you no matter how much ammunition LeBron James brings to the table with this Golden State Warriors team. If you're playing in the Oracle and Golden State at home and they're feeling good, you cannot beat this team. They are just too freaking good. Everyone's getting LeBron a chance to win before the series started, all the LeBron lovers, but you got to keep it real. I mean, LeBron and Kevin Love, yes, Kevin Love is an all-star, so he has another all-star. They aren't going to beat this team, and you can tell by the way things went. Now, one, guys on the Cavaliers have to step up, and it's just not going to happen. I mean, yes, they go back home and they're more comfortable at home, but these guys have been professionals for the longest. We're talking J.R. Smith, Kyle Korver, those kind of guys. J.R. Smith's in his 14th year. Kyle Korver is 37 years old. They've been there. J.R. Smith, in 31 minutes, gives you 5 points after his atrocious event that happened in Game 1. You felt like J.R. was going to give you like a 17-point performance, about 3 or 4 threes. And it did not happen. J.R. Smith is basically a shell of himself over the last year and a half now. He's just been a shell of himself. He just can't get it done, in my opinion. 5 points. He can't even hit in double digits. This guy was known for hitting at least 13, 14 points per game pretty easily with the open shots that he gets from LeBron, and he could not do it. So I'm very interested to see where the Cavs go now. Everyone's saying, no, Kyle Korver wouldn't grade himself. I mean, 17 minutes gives you 1 point. That's a free throw shot. So he wasn't great himself. Everyone's saying swap out Kyle Korver for J.R. Smith for Game 3. You don't do that. The reason why J.R. Smith is only in the game at this moment, at this time, is because he plays better defense than anyone they have on their team outside of LeBron James when LeBron James wants to play defense. We all know LeBron is not playing defense. He is shouldering the load on the offense. And it's not working on the defensive end for him. He's trying to conserve energy, and there's been plenty of times where the Warriors have gone twice up and down the court, and LeBron has still been in the back of the arena. So I mean, I'm just joking, but that's so LeBron takes defensive assignments off. He takes defensive running back on defense. It takes a couple of those off per game. He's gotta save his energy. But J.R. Smith plays decent defense. Against this team, it's not going to work, but you rather that because everyone else on Kyle Korver is a mismatch nightmare, whether he's guarding Durant, Steph, or have to chase Clay around a bazillion times. So a mismatch nightmare, that is why J.R. Smith will always start. But now it's getting to the point where that leash might be very quick, especially if you're at home and you're struggling. Ty Lue, he has no choice but to take out J.R. Smith, and he's been hurting a big head case, to be honest. Kevin Love has been the only person that is, trying to do his best to help them out. Hit a couple tiny threes in that third quarter in Game 2. I believe 3 of them, and that's where a lot of the stats came from. But at least he's trying. Guys like Jordan Clarkson, they're getting minutes. He called 8 minutes because we all know what he did in Game 1. He was shooting up bricks to build me and my mama a house. But Jordan Clarkson, is a guy coming in. He doesn't play good defense at all, and he's a different kind of cat. It's not working out for this Cleveland Cavaliers team. Now those guys should play better at home. They should. But we will definitely find out what's going to happen. Golden State is up 2-0 for a reason. Now, all this could have been avoided if LeBron does what he does in Game 1 at the end and win Game 1. All that could have been avoided. Now we're talking a different series. Andre Iguodala is still a big question mark. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not going to show right. But Andre Iguodala is a big question mark for Game 3. I say this, if he comes in for Game 3, you can call it a wrap. The Warriors win. But for someone like Andre Iguodala to be out this long, there has to be a significant injury going on with his knee. It's worse than what we thought because he's been an Iron Man over the last, for his career, to be honest with you. So something is really wrong with him. So Andre Iguodala's got to get his knee together, and if he does play in Game 3, he's still questionable. I doubt that he plays. There's no doubt in my mind. I believe the Golden State Warriors win Game 3. If he does not play, we'll find out. I believe that the Cavaliers will win Game 3. They have to. They just have to. We all saw last year where it was a must-win Game 3, and they blew it at the end. And once you're down 3-0, especially against maybe the greatest overall team we've seen in NBA history, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, this series is going to be over if Golden State is up 3-0 once again. And you were down 3-0 with Kyrie Irving. Just imagine being down 3-0 with just Kevin Love. It's not about to work out one bit. So we'll see what happens with the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Golden State Warriors for Game 3. Video surfaced of LeBron James after that J.R. Smith blunder, the George Hill missed free throw, the LeBron James passing the ball and not taking over while Steph Curry's guarding him. Yeah, after those series of events happened, you see LeBron James on the sideline. Video surfaced with him talking to Tyronn Lue. He's saying, "Did we have timeouts? Did we have timeout?" And Tyronn Lue saying, "Yeah." And you saw LeBron take the paper, the towel someone put on his head, and he had a temper tantrum. That right there is the biggest difference between LeBron James and Michael Jordan. It is okay to be mad. I understand that. Anyone will be mad in that situation if you're the top guy, LeBron James, Michael Jordan. You'll be infuriated. But it's how you respond to it. LeBron sat there and basically was crying or wallowing as a child. Say if your child is 9 years old, 10 years old, 11 years old, and they're in this basketball camp and they're the best player on the team, but the other guy on the team did something dumb and whatever. Guess what? Me as a parent, if that's my child or another parent, and you're crying like that, I'm going to go down to that court. I'm going to look in your face. I'm going to say, soak it up. Soak it up. Suck it up. Go back out there. Stop playing. A lot more meaner than that, yeah. But I'm just saying, guys like that, he's your leader. LeBron James is the leader. We don't want to see you doing that as a team. We know that adversity hits everyone. It's what you do in that adversity that's going to define you or change you. J.R. Smith, Kevin Love, Jeff Green, they looked at that and said, "Man, I know this fool is not about to catch a temper tantrum, and we ain't even lost the game. We going into overtime with these dudes, and you want to act like that?" That right there is disheartening. Jordan would have been mad, but he said, "You know what? Let's go. Let's get it back. Let's get it back." He went and put the towel on his face and started crying. Since we're all comparing LeBron with Jordan, yeah, we understand that. But LeBron seemed like he was having a temper tantrum. And, 11-year-old, 9-year-old, 8-year-old kids have that kind of temper tantrum. So when you're the leader of this team, when your teammates see that, of course they're going to rally how you are. But if LeBron say, "You know what, JR, come in, me and you, dog, hey, it's all good. That was stupid. That was real dumb. But guess what? We're going to take it in this overtime. We're going to take it in this overtime, and it's going to be after the fact, we're going to laugh about it." Did not happen at all. He sat there wilding and crying. I understand there's a lot of pressure on LeBron James. But I also understand he created that own pressure. He did that to himself. He created that own pressure. You're the one that went to Miami. You're the one that created the super team. You're the one that left Miami. You're the one that went to Cleveland and got another super team with Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving. You're the one that started that trend. You're the one that, Kyrie Irving left. And now you're the one that made Kevin Durant get a super team of his own, a better version of a super team. So now you're stuck in this situation where, I don't know what's going on now. It's tough. And I understand things on you, but you created that pressure for yourself. So things are not looking good in Cleveland. I think they'll get one in Cleveland, whether it's Game 3 or Game 4. They'll get one. I can't just... LeBron James, at this stage of his career, he cannot get swept. It's just bad. And I did tell what happens if he gets swept or loses one game. Yeah, retirement is coming, ladies and gentlemen. So you better love LeBron James. I will always cherish what LeBron James has done to this NBA. I've always cherished it. He's, outside of NBA, he's a model of consistency when it comes down to loving his family, loving his wife, his kids, his business partners, being a great friend, a great mentor, all that. We will miss that. On the court, we will miss all the milestones that he's done. But I'm telling you guys, I get a feeling he is going to shut it down. Maybe for a year. Maybe just for a year to calm his nerves down and to rebuild his image back up and build himself. But man, it's not looking good for LeBron and it ain't looking good for Cleveland. I'm just being real about that. So we are definitely... They're not getting swept. They're not. They cannot get swept. But Golden State, they probably want to do it. They want to sweep them. And this is the year to do it. This is the year because it's all out now. LeBron isn't winning in Golden State. There's no way they're winning the game in Golden State. So Golden State's going to win at least one of those games in Cleveland. And riding the sunset, maybe in Oracle for Oracle Arenas last year. I believe they're going to San Francisco for real, something like that. So I don't know. Now everyone's saying LeBron James for MVP. If the finals ended, would he be the first person since the logo himself to Mr. Jerry West to win MVP while losing in the finals? It is not about to happen. If LeBron James didn't get it 2 years ago, where he averaged about 36, 15, and 9, I believe, he's not getting it this year as well. He might finish with 40, 10, and 10, and he will not get it because that's just not the way the world works. You don't get trophies for losing. It just doesn't happen like that. So Steph Curry is going to be the MVP if it goes down the way it's going to go down. Because I can imagine Steph Curry hitting at least 25 the next couple games, and that'll keep his average about where it's at. And, as long as he has an impact on the game, Steph Curry's going to be the MVP. I'm interested to see how you guys feel about Game 3, who's going to win. Like and subscribe. Put your comments down below. Do the Cavaliers still have any chance to win this series? Let me know, guys, down below. Who do you have winning the series and what the score is going to be? I got Golden State. I got them winning in 5. At first it was 6, but I was counting on Cleveland stealing one of those games, especially Game 1. I really had Cleveland winning Game 1. It almost happened. But now I got to go with 5. So, let me know how it is, man. We got bigger and better things coming up on Uneducated Sports Talk and Uneducated Network. Just roll it out. I promise you guys it's going to get bigger and better. So, I keep saying that, but it's going to happen. By the grace of God, it will happen. So, that being said, guys, you know what time it is. I'm Carlos Clayton. Uneducated Sports Talk. Stay smart. Stay uneducated. Peace.